Good morning, grade 6. Okay, guys, we are writing a test next Friday on percentages. So I'm going to explain the work and you are going to do the homework for me. So we are busy with percentages on page 136. Now, the first thing that you need to understand is that percentage can be written as a fraction with a denominator of 100. So if you wrote a test and you had 68% for the test, you can translate that to a fraction of 68 out of 100. Now, in the first question that they asked, number 1.1a, they ask you to write each fraction as a percentage. So you can only write a fraction when you have that fraction with 100 as the denominator. So over here I have 11 on 100, and that is the same as 11%. So if I had 56 out of 100, that would be the same as 56%. If I got 23 out of 100 for my geography test, that will be the same as 23%. Okay, now they say, write each percentage in fraction form. So if they tell you if they give you 17%, you will write that as 17 out of 100. That's a fraction form. And I know that 17 is a prime number, and that's why I cannot make this fraction smaller. Over here, 31. 31% will be 31 out of a possible 100 marks that this person got right, for example. So 31, that's also a prime number. And that's why I can't make this smaller. Nothing will divide into 31. Not a 3, not a 10, not a 2. That's why 31 stays that way. So it's 31 out of 100. That's how I write that fraction. The next one, 47%. 47 is also a prime number. So here I have 47 out of 100. That is in fraction form. Now they say, number 1.3 on page 136, they say, write each percentage in the simplest fraction form. The simplest, that means I need to simplify the fraction. So if they give me 10%, I will write that out as 10 out of 100. 20% will be 20 out of 100. 25% will be 25 over 100. 5%, 5 out of a possible 100. 8%, 8 out of a possible 100. 14%, 14 out of 100. Now the most important part will be, you need to simplify. You cannot leave the fraction this big. You always simplify a fraction. So if I have to simplify 10 over 100, this is the same as saying 10 divided by 10 and 100 divided by 10, which means that I can take out those two zeros. 10 divided by 10 will give me 1. 100 divided by 10 will give me 10. So this fraction in the simplest form will be 1 over 10. If I look at 20 over 100, immediately I can see I can divide that one number by 10 and I can divide that number by 10, which implies that I can take off that 0 and that 0. That leaves me with 2 over 10. But I'm not done simplifying. I can simplify that even further. Divided by 2, divided by 2. Then I end up with 2 divided by 2, 1. 10 divided by 2, 5. A fifth. So 20% is exactly the same as a fifth. 25%, that's equals to 25 over 100. I can simplify this. 25, I can divide 25 by 25. And I can divide 100 by 25 as well. 25 divided by 25, that's 1. 100 divided by 25, 4. My answer, a quarter. Next one, 5 over 100. Now over here, Divide by 5, divide by 5. 5 divided by 5, 1. 100 divided by 5, 20. 1/20th. Next one, 8 over 100. Okay, now if you cannot see this immediately, I can see that 8 will divide by 2 and 100 can divide by 2. So 8 divided by 2 will give me 4, and the half of 100 will give me 50. Now I can do that again. 4 divided by 2, 50 divided by 2. 4 divided by 2 will give me 2. And the half of 50, or 50 divided by 2, half of 50 and 50 divided by 2, same thing, will give me 25. So my answer over here will be 2 over 25. Denominator at the bottom, 25, numerator 2. Once again, 14 over 100. I can divide by 2, divide by 2. Doop, doop, doop. Let me do that quickly. 14 divided by 2, that gives me 7. 100 divided by 2, that gives me 50. I cannot simplify this further because 7 is a prime number. And 7 times 7 gives me 49. So I cannot simplify this number further. Okay, so you need now to go back, page 136, and you need to complete number 1.1 and up to number 1.3. Okay, guys, this is the first lesson of 3 before we write our test on Friday. You need to finish this weekend. Okay, you need to do this work this weekend. Otherwise, you are going to get yourself stuck with next week with all of the work that's going to follow. Okay, keep well. Bye.